and I'm so excited about tonight's call. We're going to go ahead and get started. It's just about 8 o'clock, and tonight we are going to cover what I think may be three of the most important topics you can do to grow your business, and that is IPAs, which stands for Income Producing Activities, follow-up, and customer care. And I can pretty much guarantee you, if you do those three things consistently, then you're going to be successful in your business. So I have a PowerPoint to share with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and start that now. Let's see. Okay. Great. We're going to go ahead and get started. So, like I said, tonight we're going to be talking about IPAs, follow-up, and customer care. So, what is going to be covered in the rest of the 201 series, just to get started? Next week, we're going to do the power of three, duplication. We're going to be talking about integrity and doing the right thing in your business, self-sufficiency, personal and leadership development, and then followed by week 3, we're going to be talking about the elevator speech, crafting your story, the shield of confidence, and three-way calls with prospects and new ambassadors. And then to wrap everything up on week 4, we're going to be going over the compensation plan. So here we go. So income producing activities. Y'all, this is the most important thing you can do for your business. IPAs are where you're going to see growth. And it's going to take consistency. It's going to take doing these IPAs every day, and that's what's going to create momentum and build your business. And so, what do IPAs look like? A lot of people are doing things that they think may be income-producing activities, but just simply aren't. And so, really, the two IPAs that you need to focus on are reaching out to people directly, and so that could be a phone call, that could be an email or a text message. But it really takes that personal touch. A lot of people think posting on Facebook is an income-producing activity, and it just really isn't. So what you need to do is, hopefully, in one of the previous weeks, we've talked about the Franks list. You've got that Franks list out, and you just want to chip away at that list and start reaching out to people. That's one of the most important IPAs. The second is following up with people, and we're going to get into that a little bit more later. But following up with those that have inquired about the business, those that you've sent messages to, those that you've sent samples to, but maybe they just haven't made a decision. So what is an IP? What isn't an IPA? And again, that's like zombie scrolling through Facebook. Liking your friend's post or commenting on them. That's great because you definitely want to create interaction, but it's not an IPA. Watching training videos or listening to calls or testimonials. Again, these are great things that we need to do, but that is not an IPA activity. Organizing your office or reorganizing your product stash or chatting with Plexus sideline friends. Again, that's not an IPA activity that is going to produce growth in your business. But here's a tip. IPAs do not take a lot of time. And so I want you to think about it in 15-minute increments. Could you wake up 15 minutes before your kids go to bed, before your kids wake up? Or maybe stay up a few minutes later after your family goes to bed. Take 15 minutes out of your lunch break, or before you go into your house, when you get home in the evening, sit there and just make a couple of texts or make a phone call right before you go into the house. If you're waiting for an appointment, use that time that you're waiting in the waiting room to send out messages to people. Use these little chunks of time. I mean, just 1 to 3 minute or 1 to 3 15-minute increments a day can be just huge for your business. You just simply do not need hours. You just need minutes. And so I just want you to understand that these IPAs are going to be so tremendous for your business. Massive activity yields massive results. So ask yourself, how bad do you want this? Are you willing to sacrifice just a little bit of time each day? Because I promise you, the reward in the end is going to be so much greater. You're going to have more freedom. You're going to have that residual income. You're going to have built a team that's working with you every day. So now we're going to go, let's see, into daily method of operation. So what does this look like? This is kind of, I think of it as a way to organize your IPAs. And most daily method of operations will include a little bit, something else in addition to those IPAs and follow-ups. So here's what it looks like. Here's one example, is the 5-3-1. So reach out to 5 new people about Plexus every day, follow up with 3 people, and connect 1 team member for training, strategy, or motivation. Again, this is just a daily example of things that you can do. And I love this quote on the side that says, daily activity is the cure for your business. So, if you feel stuck, if you feel that nobody's responding to you, or you feel like your business isn't growing, if you do these IPAs and implement a daily method of operation, your business will start growing. So here's another example. This one's called the Weekly Perfect 10. And so this is similar, but it's saying for your week, reach out to 3 new people, share about the products, share the business with 3 new people, train, coach, encourage 3 team members, and attend 1 event. So this is based on the week. So again, however this best fits into your day or your week, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or you're working full-time, find a way to organize your day with these income-producing activities. So then we get to we talked about IPAs and your daily method of operation using those IPAs. So the second most important thing is the follow-up. And y'all, fortune is in the follow-up. You may think you're reaching out to friends and family and you're hearing crickets. You're not getting a lot of response, but you have to follow up. Here in the box to your right are some statistics, and it says 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople only make a second contact. And if you go down to the bottom, you'll see that 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. So think of all of those people that are being missed just simply because they're not being followed up with. And I like to think about it this way. If people haven't experienced the magic of Plexus, if they haven't tasted the pink drink or felt the benefits that it brings, it's not going to be top of mind to them as it is to us. We know how awesome Plexus is and how great our products are and how great our business opportunity is. But if they haven't experienced that, then it's just simply not top of mind. They may be really excited to try it, but again, it's just not a priority. I know for me, I can be, laying in bed at night or doing something with my kids, and I may think about something that I've been meaning to do, but it's just, simply not the right time to, order that or call that person back right at that moment. And so that's why follow-up is so key. So how do you do this? What does follow-up look like? And for me, I use testimonies to follow up with people. First I'll send them the information, ask questions, find out, what their needs are, and then, start sending testimonies. Maybe use a special that you're running, free shipping or a corporate special. Use a new product that the company has launched, or new recommendations for taking the products, new features and benefits of those products. And the frequency for follow-up is really, kind of a personal decision. I would follow up a little bit more frequently at first, and then if it has been a while, then you could follow up, maybe every, 4 weeks would be good. That's kind of the average ballpark. But follow up on life and friendship too. Don't just, the only time you ever talk to this person is about Plexus. Make sure you're engaging in their life, asking about their family, asking about their work, commenting on their post on Facebook. Make sure you keep it engaging. And then the other most important thing to remember is to make a list. So anybody that likes any Facebook post or social media post, anybody that comments, anybody that you've sent samples to or that you've reached out to in the past, make sure you're keeping accurate records of that so that you'll know who you followed up with and when you followed up with them. So the next thing we are going to cover is customer care. And I'm a huge customer service person because I believe that if you keep your customers happy, they're obviously going to be repeat customers, or you can convert them into ambassadors. And we're going to talk about that a little later. So make it a relationship. This isn't, your friends don't want to be sold to. Make sure that you're fostering these relationships, and you want to be a farmer and not a hunter. So seek to listen and understand their health goals. Make sure you're asking questions. If you're not asking questions about what's going on in their life and what their health and wellness goals are, or what their needs are, you're not going to know what product's best to recommend to them. So once they order, and definitely I always recommend before the products arrive, make sure you send them the directions and suggestions for taking the products. So I'll usually attach a document that includes those directions, and then give kind of a brief outline of how I work my products into my day based on what they're taking. And the two things I always tell people to remember is, the number one is be consistent. If they're not consistent with taking their products, they're not going to work. And then number two is drink enough water. I always include that in my emails, and make sure that they drink at least half their body weight in ounces per day. And then after that, check in on them more frequently in the beginning. So before they've gotten their products, you're sending them the directions. Once you know that they've gotten their products, make sure, after the first day or two, I would say 1 to 3 days, you check in and see how they're doing. And then after that, I would follow up, about every 2 weeks. And then once they've been on the products for 6 to 8 weeks, I would follow up every month. And again, that's just me. You kind of have to do what works best for you. So, because if you don't do that, then if they do have problems, if they're having issues with die-off or other issues with the products, then you want to make sure you troubleshoot that so that you can make those tweaks and make sure that they don't just give up. So be sure to check in, because, they may need a different mix of products. Not every product is meant for every person. So again, you want to address those issues, if any, right away, so that you can maybe make some product changes. And then always remember, one of the reasons why this is most important is that happy customers make great ambassadors. So next, we're going to go over some different types of customers. So preferred customers, I always encourage people to order as a preferred customer. It just simply makes more sense. I have found in my business that if I outline the 3 ways to purchase: retail, preferred, and wholesale, they'll always either do preferred or wholesale. The few times that I've forgotten to kind of go over the purchasing options, sometimes they'll do retail. And so if you let them know that it is an auto ship, but they get a discount, and so they get 10 to 15% off of retail. And then after their 3rd order, so starting with their 4th order, they're going to get an additional 10%. And just let them know, a lot of people are afraid of the auto ship. They don't want to be stuck with products, but just let them know that this can be easily canceled. They can do that through their online account or by calling customer service. And I just tell them that it can be canceled even before their next shipment goes out. So they're not locked into anything, and it is very simple to cancel. And I'd also recommend that you offer to manage your preferred customers' orders. And by that, I mean, make a calendar, write down their day that their auto ship is supposed to process, and back it up 3 to 5 days, and contact them, send them a text or send them an email, or pick up the phone, even better, and call and see how they're doing. Make sure they don't want to make a product switch. Make sure they don't want to add a product. This would be a great time to introduce. Maybe they aren't taking Mega X, and you could talk about the great benefits of Mega X and get them on a new product. So just adding that extra level of service, it'll keep you accountable too, to stay in touch with your customers. And again, if they're a happy customer, then this is a good time to talk about switching them to an ambassador. So that's the preferred customers. And then retail customers. Again, retail and preferred customers get that 60-day money-back guarantee. So if they do order retail, they still have that 60-day money-back guarantee option. So don't forget to tell people that as well. But again, if you explain the preferred or the auto ship to customers, most of the time they will take that preferred option. So when customers go through your website and they want to return the products for a refund, you do have to call customer service and get an RMA number. And so that's something that I normally do for my customers if they do want to make a return. And any returns, most likely they will have to ship the product back, any unused product or empty product bottles. And they have to include the RMA number on the outside of their package. And once Plexus receives those products or the package back into their office, it usually can take one full billing cycle for that refund to be complete. So just keep that in mind if you do have someone that is needing a refund. So next we're going to be talking about converting customers to ambassadors. So we've already talked about keeping our customers happy. And like I said earlier, happy customers make great ambassadors. So when should you make that part of the conversation? I would say as soon as they have a great result, or as soon as they say, Kate, I've got so much energy, I'm really loving this pink drink. That's when you can talk about them becoming an ambassador. And so just explain the benefits of being an ambassador. We don't have any inventory. There aren't any quotas, and it's such a small investment. It's only $34.95 for your annual website, and that basically includes your customer service, your shipping department, and your marketing department. So just tout those benefits. Let them know that they can get a welcome pack, so the next time they need products, they can get this great welcome pack that has deeply discounted prices. Welcome packs with the $34.95 joining fee are $133 or $233. Let them know that, unlike many other network marketing companies, that parties are not required. We're not a party-driven company, so they don't have to spend their nights and weekends having parties or having to always invite their friends and families to have parties for them. The other thing that I like to tell people is, even if they're maybe not at the moment interested in the business opportunity, let them know that it only takes about 3 to 5 customers that can yield a paycheck enough to cover their products. So that is a great thing to let wholesale ambassadors know, that they can easily get their products paid for just by sharing Plexus with a few friends and family. And again, there's no monthly quotas or personal purchase required at all. And that's the one thing I love about Plexus, is there just aren't any gotchas. Everything, it's kind of what you see is what you get, and there aren't any major gotchas. So it's just a great place to be. So when a customer is ready to become an ambassador, they'll just need to go to your website and click Join Plexus, and then they'll select Upgrade to the ambassador option. And they'll just make sure that they have your ambassador number handy so that the system can recognize you as their sponsor. And I always recommend people, ambassadors, taking their customers that want to convert to ambassadors, walk them through that joining process so that you can explain the backup order and then answer any questions that you have. And then finally, once they do join your team, even if they're a wholesale ambassador, I always want to get them plugged in and welcome them to the team pages and the Facebook groups, because getting ambassadors started off on the right foot, again, even if they're just wanting to join for wholesale prices, is going to just get them started off right, and they're more likely to stay engaged and be a part of the process. So next week, we are going to be doing our next session of the 201 series. And so that is all I have for y'all tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great week. Talk to you later.